Hi, and welcome back to English Today. This is DVD 16 and the fourth DVD of your upper intermediate level. And in this DVD, we'll begin with another 2 episodes of our story, That's Life, followed by our special TV programs where our music expert will be talking about the world's most expensive violin. And then our weather expert will be looking at the possibility of a new ice age in England. Then in the grammar section, we'll learn how to use the third conditional form in English, which is not easy. And then we'll be looking at how to make sentences using the verb wish to express a regret. So enjoy yourselves.
Good morning, Sarah. Have you seen what a beautiful day it is? How about a walk in the countryside and then we can relax by the pool?
I don't really feel like going out. I'd rather stay in and read.
Oh, come on, Sarah. Don't be your usual antisocial self. Let's have some fun together. Why don't we play a trick on the guys who are still asleep? We could wake them up with a nice bucket of cold water.
What a stupid trick.
Nothing's changed, but I still love you, Julie. Beautiful girl with brown eyes, dusting away my heart's sighs.
That's all we needed.
Oh, you don't understand, Sarah. This is poetry. This is the story of a secret love.
Poetry, love, tricks. Enough of this nonsense. If I'd known you were all going to be so amusing, I never would have organized this reunion.
Beautiful girl with brown eyes, dusting away my heart aside.
Oh no, Paolo! Look what a mess you've made. And by the way, you didn't clean the kitchen last night, did you? Come on, Michelle, give me a hand. No, I'm sorry. I can't touch that awful stuff. When are you going to get the message? I never touch that awful stuff. I hate detergents and the multinationals that make them. And I hate cleaning too. Oh, come on, we're on holiday.
What is this racket? And what is going on in here? Has World War III broken out?
It's just started.
Well, Soldier Sandra's launched her offensive, but the Paolo Michel squadron is responding well to the attack and will defend its position to the bitter end.
Stop playing around. Roll your sleeves up. The sooner we start working, the sooner we'll finish and we'll be able to relax by the pool.
Wait a minute. I was just thinking of going back to bed. If I'd known what was waiting for me, I would have slept until midday.
Maybe we could ask Sarah to give us a hand.
Well, you must be joking. She just asked not to be disturbed and giving her a bad mood over the last couple of days. Well, we could ask Mike, though.
Oh, no. I just saw him a few minutes ago. I asked him where he was going and he said he was going to the village to buy a newspaper. He asked me if he should do some shopping, but I told him we'd all go to the supermarket together later on.
Fantastic. First cleaning up, then the shopping. Just the sort of holiday that I'm dreaming of.
Well, it's only the 4 of us here. Let's share the jobs out.
Just a minute, just a minute. I've got an idea. How about you and Anne having a cleaning competition? Time in here. You clear one part and you the other.
Yes, and I can keep the time. And Paolo provides some beautiful background music. At the end, we'll see who's been the fastest. And, of course, which part of the kitchen shines the most.
I think it's a great idea. You and Anne are always arguing about who's the best at doing things.
Oh, this could be the right moment to show off your domestic skills. And the winner will be crowned Queen of Housewives. What do you think?
Well, it's an unusual idea. It's very original, but I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, Anne. Why not? It'd be interesting.
Okay, you've convinced me. Shall we start?
Great! So, Sandra, you clean the sink, the cooker, and this part of the floor. Oh, and you've got the oven, the table, and this other part of the floor.
Okay.
Okay? Ready, get set, go! Sponge in hand. Sandra is cleaning the taps while Anne is intently sweeping the floor. Now Sandra is spraying detergent onto the cooking rings and starts it on the table. Time is passing by and neither contestant is showing signs of fatigue. The race is open and nothing is separating the two cleaners.
Those college days were so long ago. You were so clever, so beautiful too. But I never forgotten you. Nothing's changed, I still truly love you. Beautiful girl with brown eyes, dusting away my heart sighs.
Finished.
Incredible! You both finished at exactly the same time. Come on, Michelle. We need to decide which is the cleanest part.
So,
Who's won? Well, after considerable discussion, the jury declares that the winner is...
come on, don't keep us in the dark.
Who's won? Oh, you've both won. It's a dead heat. You've finished together and both parts of the kitchen are perfectly clean.
Okay, well maybe it's better this way, Sandra. At least there'll be no arguing about who's better at cleaning.
Yeah, you're right. Let's forget our rivalries, at least for today. Come on, let's shake on it.
Okay.
We're both champion cleaners.
A cleaning competition. Now that's an interesting concept. Could only be invented by Anne. Now that is something where I would definitely lose. Cleaning competition, no way. What about you? Anyway, that last episode was great because it helps me introduce to you one of the most difficult grammatical forms in the English language, which is called the third conditional. We have three conditionals in English. 1, 2, 3. The first, let me give you an example. If I see him, I'll tell him. That's number 1. If I saw him, I would tell him. That's number 2. Number 3 is what we're going to look at now. If I had seen him, I would have told him. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? Too much grammar. But last lesson was useful because we learned the first part of the third conditional, which is the past perfect. They used it in the episode. It was Sarah. She said, if I had known you were all going to be so amusing, I would never have organized this reunion. Now that's a good example, and it's difficult. We often use the third conditional when we talk about a regret. Let me give you an example. I saw a beautiful house. It was quite expensive, but I liked it. I needed time to think about it. And I didn't buy it immediately. And then somebody else bought it. So I think, oh, if I had bought that house, I would have been so happy. So that's expressing a regret. So let's go to the screen and see how it's constructed, because it's really not easy. It takes time to be fluent in the third conditional. The grammar is this: if, because if describes a hypothetical situation. Now, when you're talking about the third conditional, it's an unreal, it's an impossible situation because you can't change it anymore. So we start with if, then the past perfect, which we learned last lesson, Then we use would, which we also use in the second conditional, followed by have, the infinitive, and then followed by the past participle. So let's see how that works. If I hadn't gone, past perfect, to the party, I would have gone to bed early. Okay, so I went to the party and I didn't go to bed early. So the consequence is, if I hadn't gone to the party, I would have gone to bed early. But I didn't go to bed early. Okay, so what was the consequence of that? Now, imagine I drank a lot of wine and I had a terrible headache. And you think, ooh, regret. If I hadn't drunk, past perfect negative, if I hadn't drunk so much wine, I wouldn't have had such a bad headache yesterday. Now that's difficult. Look at that. Wouldn't have, negative, wouldn't have, plus the past participle of the verb have. So I wouldn't have had. Now this is not easy. It will take time for you to use fluently. You have to keep practicing it. Practice it in the toilet, in the bath, when you're walking down the street. Okay. Another example. Now, I didn't set the alarm, so I woke up late. If I had remembered to set the alarm, I wouldn't have woken, past participle, up late. If I had remembered to set the alarm, I wouldn't have woken up late. Seems difficult, doesn't it? Takes practice. Another example. I missed the bus. I didn't get up. The bus went without me. So third conditional. If I had got up earlier, I would have caught the bus. If I had got up earlier, I would have caught the bus. Impossible situation, can't change it. If I hadn't been late for work because I missed the bus, so I was late for work, my boss wouldn't have been so annoyed. Wouldn't have been, you notice be in the past participle, been so annoyed. And the last one. Well, we lost the contract because I went to the party, I drank too much wine and I missed the bus. Everything was late. So if I hadn't gone to the party, we wouldn't have lost the contract. If I hadn't gone to that party, we wouldn't have lost the contract, okay? Terrible consequences of my irresponsible behavior. So that's the third conditional. Please don't worry, it is difficult, probably one of the most difficult things in the language, and it takes time to get fluent in it. But just keep practicing. Just take a phrase and say it to yourself often. Like, if I hadn't done that, if I had studied more, I would have passed the exam, as an example. If I had studied more, I would have passed the exam. All right? So, happy practicing. Bye.
Hi, Sarah. Do you have a minute? I'd like to talk.
Sure.
Well, I'd like to apologize for the other evening. I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't know anything about what had happened at the bar.
Okay. I'll forgive you this time.
Great. I'm glad we've cleared up that misunderstanding. So tell me, how did the fire start?
I don't really know. The lighting system had been checked 2 days earlier by the electrician, And the sprinkler system was working fine, too. It had just been installed, but it didn't work.
How's that possible?
I don't really know. Someone must have thrown a cigarette on the curtains, which caught fire straight away. The whole pub burned down in a few hours. The fire brigade couldn't save the place. It all went up in flames. I wish I'd been more careful. I wished I'd checked everything more carefully.
But it's not your fault, Sarah. How could you have prevented the fire? Come on, you've got to pull yourself out of this. You can't spend your whole life thinking about your problems. You used to be such a fun person.
Life changes us, Mike. We've all changed since our university days.
Sure. But I'd like to help you find your old enthusiasm again. Tell me, how can I possibly help?
Well, I'm not sure. You're embarrassing me.
Hey, you shouldn't feel embarrassed, not with me. We've always trusted each other, no? What time is it?
4:15.
Oh, no, the match, it's already started.
You know, Mike, we were talking just then.
Yeah, I know. We'll continue our conversation later. I've really got to watch the game now. It's a great match, Chelsea against Manchester United.
You know that doesn't interest me in the slightest. You haven't changed, Mike. All you think about is football. Football's the only important thing in your life.
You're exaggerating now, Sarah.
And you don't understand anything. All you care about is football. Maybe if I wore a Manchester United shirt, you'd pay me more attention.
What did you say?
I'd like to tell you, I love you, but I'm afraid of being wrong with you. Beautiful girl with brown eyes, dancing away my heart's sight.
Oh no, Paolo, that's all I needed is you, with your stupid guitar. I've had enough. I'm going to my room.
What's wrong with her? I don't think my song's that bad. What do you think, Mike? I'd like to tell you, I love you.
Paolo, can I watch the game in peace and quiet?
I love you.
Yeah, that's enough. I'm gonna go watch this somewhere else.
I can't believe it. They're all mad here. I'd like to tell you, I love you, but I'm afraid of being wrong. Beautiful girl with brown eyes, dancing away my heart side. Oh, man, at last someone who appreciates my